Arizona was a team that really shocked some people in 2023. They were a team that was competitive in a loaded Pac-12 and went all the way to win a bowl game against Oklahoma, and are a team that many expect to be very competitive in the Big 12 if they keep some of their key guys, which it looks like they're going to. They have a number of pretty solid players, but left tackle Jordan Morgan is a guy who has quite a bit of upside and has caught the attention of a lot of people. He's been a 3-year starter at left tackle for the Wildcats and is a guy a lot of people really like in the 2024 NFL Draft. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys would like to see me break down in the next video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Morgan's 2022 season was cut short due to an injury, but he played in 670 offensive snaps for the Wildcats. On the year, Morgan allowed 14 hurries, 2 hits, and 1 sack on the year, and he was a guy a lot of people had high expectations for in 2023. And let me tell you, he did not disappoint. He allowed 13 hurries, 1 hit, and 2 sacks on the year, and is a guy who has gotten some potential first-round buzz and a really loaded offensive tackle class. Morgan is a really solid athlete at the tackle position. I loved watching him in the run game or on screen passes especially. He is a guy who has really quick feet and he moves exceptionally well for the tackle position. He did a great job at recovering if he lost a step, and he moves incredibly well. In the run game, he did a really solid job of helping clear out run lanes. I think he has some really nice athletic upside to be a starting left tackle in the NFL. Another thing I really like about Morgan's game is that he plays with excellent lower body strength. He has really strong and powerful legs, and he plays with some really good balance as well. He has exceptional strength in both his upper and his lower body, and if he gets his hands on the opposing player, it is really hard to move against him due to not only his strength, but his quick feet and his strong anchor. He is extremely hard to move against. He is good as both a run blocker and a pass blocker. He's athletic, he has good footwork and balance, and he is really strong for the position. He has a lot of the athletic and physical tools that you look for in an ideal tackle at the next level. I do, however, have a few issues with Morgan's game. For one, he did seem to struggle against quicker pass rushers. He tended to lose a step pretty frequently, and while he did have the quickness to get back and recover, I loved that about him. It was still something that repeatedly showed up on tape, and he wasn't able to win the rep immediately from the snap, so that is something that I would like to see get better and him not have to play catch up with himself. Morgan also has shorter arms for the tackle position, and he doesn't have the ideal length. On top of that, he has inconsistent hand placement. He had the tendency to grasp under the shoulders rather than getting his hands on the outside shoulders. He needs to be more consistent in where he is placing his hands because it makes a huge difference on if he's going to win the rep or not. I would like to see that improve for him, and if he can do that, I think he could turn into a really nice player. This is an absolutely loaded tackle class. There are so many players, even in round 5, who I think could be immediate starters at the NFL level, and I think Morgan is one of those guys. He's a really good athlete. I think he's got some really good upside. He is my number 33 player in the 2024 NFL Draft. He is a borderline first round pick for me, but I have him sitting just on the outside. He is my number 7 offensive tackle in the entire class. I think he's going to be a really good NFL player. Morgan to me would work best in a run-heavy offense. I find his run blocking reps were some of his best, and I would love to see him in a system where he can get out in front of the running back, be a lead blocker, and showcase his quick feet and his athleticism. I think this is where his game may be best utilized, and he has some strong power to his game to really lay some strong blocks in the second level. I think he has the tools to play anywhere in any system. He's a good pass blocker, but I think he's a much better run blocker, so that's where I think he would be best utilized in the NFL. My comparison for Jordan Morgan is Buffalo Bills left tackle Dion Dawkins. Dawkins is a very solid athlete who has had some really solid years for the Buffalo Bills. I think there are a lot of similarities with Morgan. They have nearly identical size, they both are pretty solid athletes at the position, and are good pass protectors and run blockers as well. I think Morgan has some developing to do in terms of his hand placement, but I can see him developing into a type of player that Dion Dawkins has been, and while Dawkins might not be a top 10 tackle, he's still a very solid, serviceable tackle, and I think Morgan has the upside to be a similar and probably a better player than Dion Dawkins. Jordan Morgan is exceptionally strong. He has great athleticism and some very solid upside. I think he could be a good starter at the NFL level on day one, and in a great offensive tackle class, I think he is going to be one of the top guys taken. Ultimately, I believe Jordan Morgan will be a top 40 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.